Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about the City Nature Challenge, which some of you may have participated in, but maybe you haven't. So we're going to kind of do a step-by-step about it. Um, so the dates are April 25th to the 28th. And what is it? It's a BioBlitz carried out around the world. So we're collecting information on a lot of different types of things in nature, not just birds, but you can do birds too. It is a community science project or participatory science. It's open source data, guides conservation efforts so that we know where things are. It has a lot of active learning opportunities for teachers and an opportunity for community engagement. So here's how in a snapshot of City Nature Challenge over the years. So it started 2016 with only 2 cities in one country. And last year, 690 cities and 51 countries, and up to 2.4 million observations, 65.7 K species, and over 83.5 K thousand observers. And the website is citynaturechallenge.org. If you after we're done, if you want more information, that's a great place to go. So let's look back at last year's Christmas, no, City Nature Challenge. My brain's stuck on that. So, wow, 2,436,844 observations, over 65,000 species, plants, animals, fungi, and over 83,528 participants. And it's really pretty easy to do. So, let's see. So we have the most observations and most species and most observed species. So I believe, oh, this is global results. So somebody did, wow, over 2,800 observations, and a different person found 940 species over 4 days. That's a lot of looking. And the most observed species was a mallard. Get that. And then garlic mustard, western honeybee, common dandelion, rock pigeons, and house sparrows. Well, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And here's a lot of different interesting finds around the world. It's cool because it's global, and you can see this you can find on their website, all kinds of stuff. And some things, are coastal and, sea life, and you name the habitat, you can do it. All right. So globally, I'm sorry. So a lot of the most featured birds, Canada goose, northern cardinal, red-winged blackbird, and the mourning dove. And then, plants, we got I don't see a Florida plant here. We got white clover. Oh, Virginia creeper, we definitely have that. Lawn daisy, we have that. Poison ivy. Yeah. So, oh, the eastern gray squirrel. That doesn't surprise me, right? So in Orange County, we had 2,545 observations, 771 species, and 438 people were identifiers, and 197 observers. All right, and here are common species. So birds, interesting, lesser yellowlegs, bald eagle, blue jay, no surprise, swamp sparrow. Yeah, if you're by the wetlands, you're going to see that. From Lake Apopka, pileated woodpeckers. And for snakes, the banded water snake. And butterflies, you can see what butterflies are kind of out and about right now. Common buckeye, red admiral, the zebra longwings, and pearl crescent. And then water lily and sword ferns and common bracken. And these will notate both native and non-native species. So most observations was whoever carries, so not always, it does not always show the person's name. So 219 was the most observations by a person, and Sandy, who's a volunteer over at the wetlands, had the most species at 164. Wonder where she went. And no surprise, the most observed species was the brown anole, followed by the great egret, the American alligator, the white ibis, wood storks, and anhingas. Very interesting. So here's how to do iNaturalist. So if you want to participate in City Nature Challenge, you need to use iNaturalist, which is very user-friendly. So we'll go through how to do it. So you need to create an account by going to www.inaturalist.org. You either log in if you already have an account or you sign up. And you can do this on the phone too. And then once you're signed up, you're going to select a project. So you can see we have an iPhone on the left and Android on the right. It's going to be in a different place, but you select projects. And then you can see where it says on the computer. All right, and then you want to type in City Nature Challenge. Okay, and then you're going to search for Orange County. If you're in Orange County, there are other counties in Florida you can do this. And if you're in a different state, you may have a project in your state as well.
And do make sure you don't get Orange County, California, because they do participate.
Oh, good point. Yes, for sure. All right, there you go. Make sure to get Orange County, Florida. True. All right, so and that project's already up, so you can practice with this ahead of time. And you go to the project homepage, and once the project starts in April, then you'll be able to see updates on that. And then what you do, so you have it on your phone, and you go out and you take pictures of stuff. Now you can do it where you use your camera, okay? Because I know like the picture on the left, which I took, that's through my camera, but you can put it into iNaturalist. You just can't do it through your phone on your camera, but you can do it through the website. So take photos, and like plants, super easy, just snap photos. Insects, a little harder, but you can do it. Our phones are pretty good now. And then it's going to have a little box underneath with a question mark, is what did you see? Now, if you know the name of it, you can type it in. But if you don't, you can click on it. It's going to give you a list of suggested species, and you can look at the pictures and try to match it up. Sometimes it's hard, but don't worry if you mess up. They have a team of people, volunteers, that will look at it and make different suggestions. And then you submit it. So you look at what I do, I take a picture, I look at the list, I say, it looks most like this. Then I click on it, and then I leave it alone. And then in a day or so, or sometimes longer, depending on how busy the people that check these are, you'll get an email, and they might update what they think it is, and then you can change it. Or you don't have to. If you still disagree, you don't have to. But you can learn from this because you'll learn from experts. All right, and then that shows some it says submit, some it says share. And then you've done an observation. So the thing with iNaturalist, it's not like eBird where you're doing a list of everything you're seeing. You're just doing one at a time, and then it goes uploaded to iNaturalist. So for the City Nature Challenge, when does it start? It starts April 25th at 12 a.m. your local time. And this no matter where you are. And you can do observations up to April 28th at 11:59 your local time. Okay? Maybe you'll see a rabbit like this. Can you upload photos that you took prior to the City Nature Challenge? No, you cannot. You must take the pictures between April 25th and April 28th. Now you can put them in later. We'll get to that because sometimes it takes a little while to process your pictures. Do you need to join the project and add observations to it to be counted? No, any observation made in the county, like Orange County, between April 25th and 28th automatically goes into the project. The neat thing about joining the project is you'll get notifications, you'll get news posts, and so you'll be able to be more of a participant in it than just, it's good to participate by sending your observations, but this makes you more part of the whole thing. All right, now, what if you want to use your actual camera? Especially if you're doing things like birds or you're doing some small insect. So you have to go to the website to do that. And this is the way the website looks. And there's a button that says Add Observations. And so obviously you have your pictures downloaded into your computer or your laptop. And then what you're going to do is you upload your picture once you click that plus, and then it'll have the same thing that the phone app has, where it says, what did you see your species name? If you're not sure, you can click on it. It'll give you suggestions. If you know, oh, this is a Cape May warbler, you can just type in Cape May warbler and put it in that way. You also, the only thing is when you do it through your computer, is you have to pick the location. You have to type it in. They have a map, and you can type in like Park Wildlife Drive or Mead Botanical Gardens, and then you can click on that. So when you do it on your phone, it automatically gets your location. So it's just one extra step, but it's still not hard. All right, so again, if you don't know what it is, I clicked on this little magnifying glass, and then it's gave the top suggestions. And obviously, if you look at the picture, you say, yeah, that's a Cape May warbler. But if you're certain when you know what it is, you don't have to go through that step. You can just put it in. All right, so then you can submit the observation. See, I have the location and I have the name, and of course, the time comes in. If it doesn't come in through your photo, you can put that in, and you can just double check from your phone or wherever you took it from. And then this is what your page is going to look like. And you can look to see like if someone's looked at your observation or not, because it'll have a little note on it, which is kind of fun. All right, now there's another app that I really like called Seek that works with iNaturalist. Seek was designed at first for children, but a lot of adults use it, me included, because it's a little bit faster in identifying things sometimes. So I'm giving you a sometimes. So if you do get Seek, you have to sync it up with iNaturalist for your observations from Seek to go into iNaturalist. And it's very simple. You just click on it and you put your account, and they link it. So anything you do in Seek automatically goes to iNaturalist. Well, it'll ask you, do you want to send it? So here's how Seek works. So Seek, same thing. You take a picture, and then you click Identify Photo, and many times it'll identify it right away. Not always. Sometimes our phones are funny. And then see how it says Post iNaturalist? If you've synced them, it'll just post, and then it'll be in both places, which is a lot of fun. And the Seek has, if you go back, it has other things like it has challenges and things that are more for children, though us adults like challenges too. So every month there'll be some other challenge. Like evidently when I uploaded these, it was a wildflower challenge. You had to see a certain number of wildflowers. It really encourages you to get out and look at a lot of different things. All right, so the dates, April 25th to 28th, take photos and share the observations. And then between the 29th and May 4th, you can upload your observations. So like if you took photographs, you have until May 4th to get all that, get your photos edited and put in by 9 a.m. local time. And May 5th, they announced the results of like which city had the most observations, what species was the most common, and then we'll have those results sometime in May that we can share, maybe on a bird chat, some slides of it. All right, so there's the website, www.citynaturechallenge.org, and it has more stuff on the website, which I'll go over real quick. And there is, if you're an educator, check out the toolkit because there's things for different grade levels. And you could easily like do this at recess if you're an elementary teacher and just take pictures of plants and things that are out in your schoolyard. And there is going to be additional trainings. And actually, I think it's under events. I just checked it. They don't have anything in there yet, but there will be something by the middle of this month. There'll be some trainings that if you want to do more or you want to do like, at your school or whatever you want to do. So here's some websites. There is a 2024 training video, the toolkit that I just showed you for teachers. And let's see what else we got. And that might have been the last slide. There you go. So we'll see if anyone has questions. It's really easy and fun to do. And, you do learn a lot. We know anyways, like if we're out birding, we see a lot of plants and like, well, what is it? So you can use these tools to help you identify plants and insects and fungus. And it even does what's really cool. Like if you find like a mound that was made by an insect, you can photograph it and it'll identify like tracks, footprints, feathers. I've done feathers. So it doesn't have to be the actual thing, shells, like if you're at the beach. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I hope everyone checks it out and participates and um, works in Orange County. We want Orange County to be at #1, right? We will have the April bird survey at our birding park. We will do a City Nature Challenge as part of that, and we tentatively are going to do a field trip at Orlando Wetlands on the Sunday of the City Nature Challenge. So look for details on that as we work it out. And that's all I've got. So does anyone have any questions or comments? You can unmute yourself or type in the chat. We appreciate you listening.
Mhm. Delcy, you're going to be #1
Yeah.
this year?
Did you
Yeah.
ever do it, Delcy?
It's fun to take pictures of the plants and everything,
Yeah.
and then
And
it,
you can upload them from your good camera too, as well as your phone. But then you have to, unless your camera has the GPS setting stuff, you're gonna have to say the location.
it's not that hard though. You just type it in because most of the stuff we do at birding hotspots anyway. So you just type in like Apopka Wildlife Drive or Orlando Wetlands, and it'll come right up.
Yeah.
And it's cool, and you can look back and you know you get a whole. It keeps all your observations, just like eBird, but it has your pictures of everything that you've seen. Um, it's really kind of fun, and if you go traveling and you really have no clue what you're looking at, it'll work wherever you go. At least
Mhm.
in the United States. I don't know about other countries, but
I
it's
think last year I was in Arizona. Was it Arizona when they had it? So I think my eBird observations probably went into their nature
yeah,
challenge.
to
I
their
can't
city.
remember which city it was, but
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, cool.
Yeah. It's a great way to learn more about the things that our birds are around and using, the plants that
I'll
they're.
share my screen for a second, show you my page. I don't know if anybody here is,
Oh, stop share.
it has more observations than me, but I have a lot and I 630, mostly plants. But I don't identify other people's, and I don't work real hard on identifying mine. I just take about, oh, today, look, I took frostweed, and yes, somebody has already identified it.
We don't see your screen yet.
You don't, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
Oh,
don't see your screen yet.
sorry, I forgot. Here I go. Share. Okay. Yeah, I was showing my whole page that I've got 630
Oh, that's a lot.
observations. And
Mhm.
these are the places that I've gone, and I
Oh.
mostly take plants and I take them when they're blooming because then they're easier to identify. But yeah, we were just in a califorest today and I took this yellow plant and I just turned it in without even trying to identify it. And look, somebody has a genus at least. And so later other people will weigh in on the species. And once you get three that are verifiable, they can't just be kids, they have to be somewhat, well, to be honest, I don't really know this aspect, how it's vetted properly, but it just seems like by more people, no one finding that that's wrong, and there are some experts floating around in this
Yeah.
community, that you get the right identification. I can go back and see if some other stuff that they've done that's been around longer. Let's see.
I think I used iNaturalist to find I had a mushroom in my garden. It's called dead man's foot.
Mhm.
So you know what it looked like? A moldy old foot, toes.
Uh,
So kind of interesting. I was like, oh,
And what's interesting is sometimes rare birds have been discovered in iNaturalist. I forget the last one that happened. So the birders that help out, like with the identification, someone will post a bird and it could be something really, really rare. And then the good expert birders will get the word out that, okay, this was on iNaturalist. And then, so it's another way that birds and other unusual things are found. So it's a lot of fun, and you can spend a lot of time on the website. As you can see, um, you can look at different projects, and then you can get on, like when I posted a feather, then it connected me. There's like a feather group, um, and yeah, it was very cool.
So the champ each year, wow, he's got 41,792 observations, Jeffrey Gammon. And yeah, he's pretty good photographer and all around naturalist. Oh, he went out. Oh, he saw the Hermans in Volusia. Went out. Was that recent?
Yeah, it's
in
back.
February.
It's back.
Oh, and it's more mature looking. Isn't it
Yeah,
Very
beautiful?
pretty.
So it's kind of
yeah,
fun. I mean, find someone like I follow him. And yeah, he's got all kinds of good observations.
yeah. I think that's one way. Like, I think wasn't it your trip that Susan, you were on in Maine, and that's how they found a moose because they went on iNaturalist to see where the
Yes.
moose were being
So we
spotted.
actually were with a tour group and all the traditional places. We wanted to see moose. Obviously, you go to Maine, you want to see moose. And none of the traditional places, we drove up and down them, and the tour leader went on iNaturalist and found the most recurring. And sure enough, we drove down the road and there was a juvenile. He looked very pretty. Juvenile moose right next to the road. So we got lots of pictures. And it is kind of a nice way to find that kind of thing that's not on eBird. You know, if you're looking, I know some people like to look for different plants, and obviously moose are good too, but just kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's definitely a fun thing to do. Okay.
Brenda
And
says
it'll
it's
help
fun and
we
addictive.
go ahead.
Good.
No, I said Brenda says it's fun and addictive.
Oh, okay.
It could be, yeah, getting
Yeah,
things.
especially if you get into Seek, because Seek has these challenges for you to do. And for kids, it's a great way. I know a lot of kids, it gets them into nature because they have to, they want to identify everything they see. And it's, like I said, even ant mounds. If you get the right kind of photo, it can help you with some of the different insects
Mhm.
and
Yeah, I was seeing bear scat on our hike today, and I should have taken the pictures of it.
Yeah, scat. That's true. That's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, next week we'll.
Oh, look at, she said she got her nephew interested in it on an Orlando wetlands visit. Yeah, lots of stuff there.
Lots of stuff.
Stuff there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Very-
Okay.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you for coming and
I hope you participate.
yeah. You guys
Thanks,
have a
Kathy.
great
Thanks,
night.
Susan. Good night.
Good night, everybody.